Alright, so the December patch is out. We've got the Snowball Arena, which I'm probably gonna have to like do a whole thing. We're gonna do a lot of the Snowball Arena. I mean, you've got to, because you get some nice rewards from it. So you can do it like 3 times a day. It's just like a 3v3 thing. I wish they had the they had like this old event. I think, you know what, it used to happen on Christmas Day, I think, where you'd go around marrying up or just smashing open presents. I kind of hope they do that again. I don't know. I don't think they'll do it. I think this is going to be the Christmas event. And you get different things depending on whether you're on the Archeage or the Archeage Unchained. Unchained is all I care about, so I don't care about that, because it's like, what else can you get that we can't really get? Mana Storm crystals and stuff. But yeah, the Unchained rewards, you get like the Santa's bed and stuff, which is 150 labor, so the bed's probably going to be the go-to, and then there's like the costume. I hope we keep getting the events, because I think all the beds from the events used to give you like 150 labor, so that'll be nice to have. And then, you know, there's other costumes you can get outside of buying one off the store, like I did, because I really wanted the costume, and I'm a bad person for doing it. But you know what? That's fine. Supporting the game, right? But the other major thing is the synthesis event that's going on right now. Like 50% discount on like most gear, apart from like the next tier of gear, like the Brilliant Harem gear, the Glorious, all that stuff. But yeah, even Radiant Harem gear. So if you're tier 1 or tier 2, now is like a good time to start doing all the synthesis. Make sure you get as much of that done as possible, because it's half the gold. It is also like 20% off if you're doing the Brilliant gear or the Glorious. So I mean, you know, it's still a discount, which is always good. And then oh yeah, next we got the new we got the Fall of Harem, the hard mode for it. I was gonna actually do like a video thing on hard mode, or not in hard mode, but like the original Harem, but I wasn't sure if it was necessary. But now the hard mode one's out, I'm probably gonna do something on it. I'm gonna have to give it a go, because they've added like Wendigos. There's different types of refugees now as well, but a bigger reward. What that reward is, I don't believe it says anywhere. No, I don't think it does, but there's a bigger reward if you can get more people. And there's new ancestral skills for defense and archery, which is the revitalizing share, which is basically a heal. I don't know, we'd have to have a look into what they do. And then there's the archery one, so hey, you know what, if you take an archery or defense, there you go. Any stone arrows out there, you're getting more abilities than we are. Meanwhile, Swiftblade, still no ancestral skills, but they got a buff, which is nice. We've got a bit more damage and everything, and quite different combos. I don't really know. I don't play Swiftblade, but this is definitely looking like a buff for them. They're getting a trip as well instead of extending the fear duration, which is pretty neat for them, because trips are just very strong. And then it looks like they're trying to like reduce CC on a lot of like witchcraft and occultism. They're just reducing CC and stuff on them. So like Bubble Trap isn't going to last as long. Mana burning factor, they're making like small changes like this, but it looks like they're trying to get rid of a lot of CC. They're trying to buff Swiftblade a bit, because no one really plays, or no one really takes Swiftblade, because it doesn't combo very well with it doesn't really combo well with the other skill sets, and they don't have ancestral skills. They kind of get a little screwed, but you know, maybe they'll get ancestral skills eventually. I think I don't know what the Korean build has, because I know the Korean build gets updates before us, so maybe they've got something going on right now. I've not really looked into it much. But yeah, like F and grip costs more to cast and stuff. They've done some changes. I think that's what mana burning factor means. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know exactly what it means, but yeah. And then the Boneyard doesn't last as long. They've also made like a change to the Quake Triple Slash, which doesn't affect me because I use a two-handed weapon. But other weapons have more range now? Question mark? So that's interesting. Or are they reducing the range? I don't know. I feel like they'd... I don't know. But Shadowplay also got a little buff. Leech is better now, so you can steal 2 to 3 buffs instead of 1 to 3 buffs, which is kind of big. I feel like that could be really big in a like 1v1 PvP. I'm not entirely sure because I don't take leech because I'm lazy, but I just don't take leech. I don't know what I take instead, but leech is looking like a pretty viable option because leech is going to do a lot more now. It's a guaranteed 2 buffs that you're stealing. Then occultism has got like slight change as well. And then again in Arena, they've reduced the duration of Sleep Sphere and Bubble. And they've decreased like received healing and stuff. So they just want to, I don't know, reduce CC, I guess. And stuff like that, which is, I kind of get. But I don't know. And then there's hero changes, which is, you need 250 leadership to actually vote now. I need to be a 55 to vote. And I don't really care too much about the hero stuff because I'm never gonna be a hero. That's not happening. You just need a lot of people to vote for you and have a lot of leadership, which I don't do enough. Also, leadership's actually changed too. They've reduced the amount of leadership you get for doing Red Dragon, I believe, and like Miss Marrow. Because I think it used to give you 10 and now gives you 5. And then they've also added like the world bosses will now give you leadership as well, which is pretty neat. I don't know. I guess it's good because I just wish I got more leadership from doing Red Dragon stuff. And Fall of Harem has been reduced as well to half. Maybe get more for hard mode. You might get more for hard mode. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, I guess Kadum, I guess is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But I guess they just swapped out the tokens because I assume it used to be called Miss Marrow. I've still not done that instance yet, even though I should. Because I assume it's hopefully just old Miss Marrow with the boss at the end. I don't really know. I'll have to give it a whirl at some point. I'll probably do Sun on it. And then we've got the Ionad library changes. So the instance is just gone. They've just removed it. So you can just change every Nova, which is, you know, I never really did it. So I don't know what effect that'll have. And then we've also got the quest change, which I guess is fine. It's like you can now select what quest you want to get when you're in game. So when you talk to an NPC with multiple quests, it'll be like, hey, do you want this quest or that quest? Which is kind of nice when you're like, I don't want to grab this quest, but I do want this one. I've had like I sometimes have an instance of that. It's just a nice little UI change, I guess, which is interesting. And we now have Radiant accessories, so now you can actually upgrade them. I'm not sure how much that's going to matter in Unchained right now, because I don't know if anyone's up to there. And Black Dragon weapons have had some changes, which I think is just where Red Dragon used to be. I haven't done Black Dragon, but yeah, it's the same place that Red Dragon used to be back when that was a world boss, I assume. It's probably a different fight though. They probably get like some different mechanics and stuff. I'm not sure if it's just like, hey, this is a harder boss and we've moved Red Dragon to an instance, because I never got the chance to. Well, I've never got the chance to do a Black Dragon in Unchained. And then for Housing, they've added mannequins, which is kind of neat actually, because I feel like that's it's an idea that I've thought about. Me like that would be cool to have. It's in the game now. I don't have a lot of costumes. I've got the one that I bought, and hey, maybe I'll collect them from events, and then I could just have a collection in my house. So you can only have 2 mannequins in a 16x16. I don't know why there's a limit. I don't know. But I don't know if it'll be available via credits or diligence. I hope it's diligence. It might be credits. It's probably going to be diligence, actually. I feel like it should be. I don't know. Also, if you're a Swiftblade, you now get Sunglow Lunar Gems. So there you go. You're getting a few buffs this patch. So, yeah. You can do more damage with your Twin Shadow Slash, which is that the first ability you take? I, again, never played a Swiftblade. Originally, I think I was gonna go Swiftblade, but then I realized they're not the best endgame. So I just went Dark Runner like I used to play years ago. So yeah, and then there's some castle changes with just different types of territory cannons. I think the siege cannons are they already in the game? I don't know. The amount of territory cannons that can be placed has been decreased. Oh, and they've just been enhanced. Okay. So you can only place 10 cannons, and then there's the different types. You got the flame cannon, the frost cannon, which, yeah, it does what you assume it would do. One adds a dot, the other one slows people. Which, I don't know, it could be interesting. You know, you can set them up like a tower defense, have a choke point which is full of frost cannons. I don't really know. We'll see how it plays out. And then they've made some changes to Halcyona as well. So there's now supplies that spawn just randomly on the map. And this will be interesting. I don't know if how big of a change it'll make to Halcyona, because Halcyona is pretty boring, especially as melee. I just don't want to be doing it. I just want to AFK and get through it. But it looks like it could be interesting at least. You know, you got a flare which increases defense and magic. Just defense and magic defense for allies by 30% for 2 minutes. So that'd be good to use on a push. I don't know. There's a firebomb, which I think that used to be AoE. That did used to be an AoE thing, but I'm not sure. But it decreases a target's current health by 50%, which is pretty big if that's AoE. And then there's a flare which can call down a bombardment on the enemy relic and cannons, which I don't know, maybe that'll incentivize people to actually do the relic more rather than just go for kills in Halcyona and wait out the timer. I don't really know. I don't know if that'll make much of a difference, but hey, they're adding some mechanics to Halcyona. Hopefully they add a bit more to it to try and push people to actually do the relic, because I want to get in there and just have it be over with. They've also made some changes to crime points. So now, depending on your level, you'll get, you know, more crime points if you attack someone that's way lower level than you. You know, if you were maybe attacking a level 48 when you're ancestral level 30, and that's 100 points gained. But if you're within a certain level, you get like 20 points, which is, you know, I'm not a criminal. I've never committed any crimes. That has never happened. I would never kill a fellow player. So, you know, this doesn't really affect me in any way. But hey, if that's your jam, there you go. The other big thing is they've added the Mistsong Banquet, which is a whole new instance, which has kind of replaced the Ironed Library instance, which I don't know what this is. I'll have to like look into this properly. But you can do 2 entries per day. There's a daily quest in there. And essentially you I don't know, there's something to do with cannons. You get different abilities, so you're not using your actual abilities in there, as far as I know. You have to protect some statue from being destroyed, and there's 20 rounds. And the more rounds you survive, the higher reward you get, which I believe is down here somewhere. But yeah, this details what all the different cannons do. There's like an automatic one, a magic one, and then you upgrade them, I assume. You got like flame, frost, rapid, okay. Kind of like just a tower defense. See a lot of tower defense stuff in this patch, which will be interesting. And then the monsters gain like random buffs throughout the instance, which is also interesting. I don't know, that might be a lot of fun. I'll give it a go at some point, because you do get it's mostly dungeon equipment stuff that you get from this, which, hey, if you're going for dungeon gear, then this is the way. This is the way, because you get rank 1. You just get like 1 unidentified abyssal enhancer. But, you know, the reward just goes up and up. And then eventually, if you clear all 20 rounds, you get 8 abyssal enhancers, 4 abyssal crystals, which is pretty good. They're probably worth a lot to sell, actually, as well, if you're not using them. And a Sunglow Lunar Gem. So, hey, you know, the Swiftblades can put on their Lunar Gems from that. I mean, if you can do that twice a day, though, that's like 2 Lunar Gems, which means the price of some Glow Lunar Gems is going to go down even more, probably, so they're going to be super cheap. So, yeah. I don't know. It'll be fun. You know, it's interesting, at least. Some new content is good content. Just give me more. I know some people probably want a lot more bug fixes and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like the game's it's not on the worst state right now. At least it's not been on my server. I know some people's servers have just been having issues, but we'll see. And there's also a new ring, which I don't know if you can equip along with the Dream Ring. I don't think it says anywhere, but you can get this by killing the Millennium Mammoth, which is I almost said Falcon. But yeah, you can get it from the Mammoth, which I don't know how high the chance is. I haven't picked it up myself yet, but this looks pretty big. Like, you can get you get 3 random stats on it, I believe. When you've upgraded it, you've got to go for like a quest line, just as you do with the Dream Ring and stuff. I'm not sure what you need to do for it, but you get some pure holy water at the end, and that awakens it to its final form. And then you can get 3 stats, which is like, I don't know, these are some like big stats. You can get like 3.5% melee skill damage. You get a bunch of toughness, resilience. It's looking pretty good. That's probably going to be a ring to go for. So, I don't know. I'll see when I end up doing my dailies if I end up randomly getting the drop from the Mammoth. We will see. And then they've changed the warrior necklace for some reason. So now it's a that I just craft in the next version. You've got to craft a scroll and then awaken it. I don't know if this costs more labor or something. I don't know why they've done this change. But I think you can still select what way you go with the necklace when you hit rank 6. Oh no, it's rank. So once you awaken it from rank 7 to rank 8 is when you get to choose what necklace you're going for. This doesn't really apply to me just yet because I haven't even bothered picking up the necklace. I think a lot of people haven't went for the necklace just yet, especially on Unchained, because everyone's just focusing down, synthesizing the gear. And with the synthesis event that's on right now, there's no reason to go into this when I could just be upgrading my gear more for less gold. But I mean, they changed it for whatever reason, which is fine, I guess. I guess it's just to fit everything under the awakening and synthesis stuff. I don't know. Kind of sad because I had a really good necklace on Legacy when I played. I had like a divine one, but that was before they changed the necklace. I think they've changed the necklace several times. I don't remember how I got it. It was cheap to get back then, I'm pretty sure. You know what? It might have just been regrading. Maybe it wasn't cheap then. I don't remember. But yeah, they've also oh yeah, they took combat scrolls out, which I don't know if I like that, because combat scrolls were, I don't know, I like buffs. I like putting a lot of buffs on. But Archeage seems to be going away from that. Because back in the day, he used to just pop a bunch of buffs, but I don't know, maybe the combat scrolls will come back in some form. But they're not in right now. They can be exchanged for free Curios badges, which is actually, that's kind of big for anyone that's got a lot of those scrolls. Because you can essentially trade the Curious badges. It makes me wish I had an alt now. Because if I was a person with an alt, I could just, I mean, I would have probably been just queuing for arenas just to get combat scrolls and stuff. And I could have just traded them over to my, character and got a bunch of badges. Which it'd be nice, but essentially you could sell that on the auction now, or in trade chat, and just make a bunch of gold. So I don't know, it's a weird change. They seem to just want to be taking out buffs, reducing CC, and buffing Swiftblade. That's what I'm seeing from this patch. And also the Naval Arena is being disabled, which I've done the Naval Arena like once or twice. I need to do it more. I want to try and figure out how I can, get good at the Naval Arena. It's an interesting arena. But I assume they're maybe making some changes to it, which is why they've disabled it. I can't see any other reason why they would disable it. And pirates are also like locked into being pirates now, and no one else can join due to some upcoming exile system. I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. And then there's also new infusions, and if I've got Rebirth Trauma, now I can go into Halcyona or any other instance, because the amount of times I've been like queued for Halcyona and then forgotten about Halcyona and then being PvPing somewhere and then being like, oh yeah, I've got a queue for this. And then, yeah. So it's nice that you can just queue it Rebirth Trauma now. And then there's just a bunch of bug fixes and stuff, which, that's fine. But yeah, that's it for the patch. It's a pretty big patch though. There's a lot of Christmas stuff coming in. I don't know, we'll see. You can decline giving a decline. I don't need to close an argument, do I?
I don't think so, no.
No, I'm good.
You get him put away. If you're innocent, I'll be so happy.
If I'm innocent, I'll be amazed. I'm getting maxed. It happens every time. I got not guilty!